Hello guys, and thank you for clicking on my channel. My name is A and this is the Real Movie Podcast, and today I have a really lovely episode because I want to introduce you guys to top 5 movies that will make you feel better. You know, the movies or cinema or theater or music or any sort of art, I'm not saying that we don't have any experience of them changing people's lives. We do. But it is really not as big as what we see in the media or everything. For example, one moment will change everything. That's not true. And sometimes we just need something or someone to make us feel better. And for me, these movies are amongst those top 5. And of course, I have other movies to introduce you to, but maybe the others are not my favorite. So this is my top 5. Number 5, we have The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. The director of this movie is Ben Stiller, and he's the star, he's the protagonist of this story, and Sean Penn also stars in this movie. The plot of this movie is about a guy, he's like a clerk or someone who works in Life magazine. I watched this movie a long time ago, I really don't remember every detail, but his job is threatened, so he has to find their main photographer who is Sean Penn to get the picture for the cover magazine for the first page. First of all, I have to say that this movie is superbly underrated. Ben Stiller has proven himself to be a great comedy actor, and also with this movie and some other stuff he has also proven himself to be a great serious and drama actor, and I really don't like it that he is this underrated. This movie for me was really pleasant. I really had a smile all through the screen time. For me, it was like a simple, light and lovely poem, and I loved it, and I suggest you to watch it as well. For movie number 4, I want to go back in time a bit. In the 60s, I have The Apartment. The director of this movie is Billy Wilder, the legendary director of Hollywood, especially in 50s and 60s. The stars of this movie are Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine. Unfortunately, Jack Lemmon died, but Shirley MacLaine is still alive. The plot of this movie is really simple. Again, it's about a man who works in New York in a tall building. He wants to go up and up and up in the stairs, but he's just a phone guy. Then something happens. One night he lends the key to his apartment to one of his co-workers to have an affair in his room, and he stays out for the night. This news just spreads out around the office, so now more and more people want to do this, and now he has a problem, and plus he loves one of the co-workers. The simplicity and the script and the acting, and there is a dance scene in that movie that Jack Lemmon dances around his apartment that I love so much. I watched that dance scene for like a million times. I don't know how many times I watched it, and that movie is just lifts up your mood in a great way. It is in black and white. I think they remastered it now, we have it in color, but even if you watch it in black and white, this movie has such a pure heart that you will love it. Number 3, The Princess Bride. Last movie was from the 60s, but this movie is from the 80s. Still a long time ago, but such a classic. So many iconic lines. Maybe the most famous line of Princess Bride is, "My name is Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepare to die." Such a lovely movie. The premise of the movie is just, the whole movie is a story that a grandfather reads to his grandson, and the grandson is played by Fred Savage. Robin Wright also starred in this movie, and Billy Crystal with a great and unexpected role in this movie as an old guy, and his wife, I don't remember the actress, but she is also great in this movie. And it is for every single age. It doesn't matter if you're a teenager or you're an adult. If you're an adult, you're gonna have a smile all through the movie. If you're a teenager or a kid, you're gonna learn a lot of things about friendship and what is really important in life. I'm not saying, again, movies cannot in every single way change your life, but sometimes they will make you think, and that really matters. And Princess Bride is one of those movies that will make you think, and above all, will make you feel better. Number 2, I have one of the most famous movies of all time, maybe the most famous movie of Tom Hanks. I have Forrest Gump. 90s was a huge year for Tom Hanks, and he's still of course going strong, but 90s was great. He had Philadelphia and Apollo 11 or Apollo 13, I don't remember the name, and he also had Forrest Gump. I think he's the one of the few actors who won 2 Oscars back to back for leading role, maybe the only actor, I don't know. But Forrest Gump, it is a recognized movie, everyone knows it. It tells a story about a man with low IQ who just goes through life with the most beautiful perspective that you will ever see. He has a really fun and childish perspective about World War, about things that happen in the world and everything. He's a veteran, he plays in North Korea, and everything about this movie is just superbly great. Although I have to warn you, the ending of this movie will make you cry really hard, but this movie cannot be missed. Just watch it right now. One of the best movies of Tom Hanks and one of the best movies of all time. You can see the scores and everything on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and everything. This movie is just one of a kind. And number 1, I want to introduce you to watch Big Fish by Tim Burton. Although Tim Burton has a lot of common projects with Johnny Depp, Big Fish is not one of them. In Big Fish, Ewan McGregor plays the protagonist of this movie, and we also have Helena Bonham Carter in this movie. Anyways, this movie is about a man who is on his deathbed, and his wife and his son and her wife are on her deathbed. So all his life, this old man who is about to die told this weirdest stories about twins that were attached, about a giant, about his car that was lifted by flies and everything, and his son always believed him. But when he got older, now he tells his dad, okay, now you cannot say this because now I'm old. But even on his deathbed, sticks to the story. And this is a really great movie about how you look at life. And again, movies cannot be life-changing. Don't expect a movie to change your life. That will not happen. But it will give you a glass to look at life in another way. And this movie has a great message. Everything about this movie is awesome. This movie came out in 2003, and I think I mentioned that, but anyways, don't miss out Big Fish. It is, in my opinion, in the top 5 movies of Tim Burton. Thank you for listening to my voice. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, thanks. Bye.